What's up guys, welcome back to another video. So today's video is going to be a guide as to all of the best gear for each type of player. And by each type of player I mean if you're a casual player, or if you're a player who wants to go into in-game but not all the way, or if you're a person that wants to go all the way in in-game to everything. So another thing is some of these items I probably don't have anymore because with the recent update and the new gear, I pretty much got rid of most of the items I just don't need anymore. But I will link in the description a spreadsheet for all of the extreme raid and normal raid items. And if you also want to look at the guides for how you can, do normal raids, divine beast, the chapter bosses or extreme raids, I do have those beginner guides in a playlist. I will also link that down below as well. So you can check that in the pinned comment. So starting off for like casual players, I will mostly say, like for example, if you're dual wielding or if you're just using one hand, the best thing you would want to get is definitely Skyrim's. For one, this thing has 3 stats, which is strength, dex, and agility. The strength and agility are very good for dual wield parameters. And what I mean by parameters is, for example, Starburst Stream right here uses strength and agility. So the more strength and agility you have, the more this gets boosted up. And Skyrim is just really good all around as well because the dex as well. Dex will give you accuracy, so you definitely do want this. Even if you're just a casual player, you do want to at least have accuracy as a thing. The second best thing for a casual player would be Earthshaker, which is strength and agility. Now I haven't tested it yet, but I did test the 2-stat agility light wolves, which previously before they would just never crit really, even with crit buffs on. But I did test the 2-stat agility light wolves again with crits, and they were critting really good. So I imagine Earthshaker would probably do the same, which if it does, then if you don't need accuracy, Earthshaker would be your best damage weapon. So now if you're Rapier, the best thing you can get is Time Stream. This again is 3 stats. This is from normal raid. Also Skyrim and Earthshaker are from normal raid as well. But this has strength, dex, and agility. Again, it's just like a Skyrim. It's good because of those stats. Can come with crit as well, which is nice. And I believe the passive for it is a crit passive to increase your crit rate. So this is very good, and like I said, if you don't have accuracy, the next best thing would be the Slumbering Dragon. And I'm also going to put time steps as well for like, the casual part and the in-game parts. But Slumbering Dragon, this one's good as well. Can come with the meditation, which is skill power. Skill power, if you don't know, is your damage stat right down here. So this is all around pretty good if you just want like to go pure damage, I guess you could say, for Rapier. Next would be Dagger, and I actually don't have the other normal raid Dagger because I got rid of it, but it's called the Dagger of the White Knight, and it has I believe dex and agility as well. But it's mainly good for a debuffer because it has special accuracy. The max special accuracy you can have on it is 20. But other than that, the Vein Shredder, this is a really nice one to get because the combat skill on it. So Tiger's Resolve, critical rate plus 50%, and critical power plus 50%. So this is highly recommended to get for your dagger buffer. So for your dagger buffer, get this, and then for your dagger debuffer, if you're just casual or if you're gonna go somewhat into in-game but not all the way, then Dagger of the White Knight would be your best one because of special accuracy. As for mace, I don't use mace very often, and I actually don't even have the 2 normal raid maces anymore. But they're called, one of them is called Black Star, and the other one is called the Silencer. I believe out of the 2, the Silencer is probably the best one if you just want to put like your Liz as a straight tank. And Black Star is more of your, I'd say, damage dealing one kinda. But the passive for Silencer is for healing given, which is good if you just want your tank to also be able to give your other characters some more HP regen and all that. And Black Star, I really can't remember what the combat skill is on that, so you'll just have to look into the you'll really have to just look into the spreadsheet I'll link to see what that is. As for whip, the best thing you can get is Reaper's Torrent, Vitality, Dex, and Agility. The passive for this, Stench of Death, low aggro attack plus 30%. Decent passive. Better than most that are just not good. And then the other one you can get for it is Sacred Inferno, which I don't think I have anymore. So those are the two you can get. I would say if you do go with whip though, Reaper's Torrent would be better in my opinion. So for Katana, the first one you can get is Dragon Star, Strength, and Agility. This is pretty much the pure damage one, but it's also not really the best one because it can have high stats for Strength and Agility, but Carapace Blossom, which is the other one, has Strength, Vitality, and Agility. But what really makes it great is the Killing Blow passive, which makes it really, really good. So if you're going with Katana, definitely pick this one up. As for two-hand, I don't have these anymore, but it's Lifestream Greatsword, and the other one was I can't remember the other name was, but Lifestream Greatsword, and then there was the other one. But I think out of both of them, the Lifestream Greatsword was better because it had the 3 stats, and then I think the passive on it was pretty good. As for Spear, there's only one normal raid Spear in the game, and I think I got rid of it as well, but it's pretty decent. It's called Venomous Fang, and it comes with one of the new Spear passives, which I think is Agile Flurry. So that's good if you just want to build a normal attack build to kind of clear through a lot of things in the game. As for bow, best thing you can definitely get is a Heaven Striker, and that is this right here. Comes with Strength, Dex, and Agility. With Hawkeye, you really want to get this with Hawkeye because that is a accuracy passive that's very good. The other bow is Glitzwood, which this is mostly just damage bow, but Heaven Striker will be your best thing by far because the accuracy passive, and it comes with Strength, Dex, and Agility. So this will be good for fixed peer damage and also hail of bullets damage. So that's it for the weapons for the casual players. As for the armor, I highly recommend you get a steel riding armor, and like this right here, Strength and Agility. You can get this from the Legendary Smith, which is right here where I'm at. I'll show what kind of the good stuff you can make from him. But steel riding by far is one of the best that you should make, especially if you're dual wielding, or I think using one hand as well, because that has some stuff. Katana, it's really good for. It's pretty good for most of the weapons. But these are some other ones you can make as well. Before the normal raids came out, these were the best weapons you could get at the moment. But as for the gear, I recommend getting steel riding armor, heartbeat earrings for the Burning Blade plus on it, and then the other thing I would recommend is I would recommend getting a Spirit Artisan just with the skill speed passive, and then the Man of the Watchtower as well, so you can use this to get your proficiency faster or your bond level faster if you're just a casual player. But the only other thing you can, I'd really say to really get from here is the Rainbow Insect Charm, which has the Galvanize Plus. So that's the best things you can get for as being a casual player from that. And as for the accessories, for ring, I would definitely recommend, even if you're just going to play casually, I highly recommend you at least get a Abyssal Ring, at least 2 of these with really high strength and dex, and some decent crit. I mean, I wouldn't go lower than 8 crit. And then I would highly recommend that you get a Ring of Tranquility. It doesn't matter what the stats are on it, just get one with the Bulwark skill on it. You can pretty much go breeze through the game with just one of these, but if you really want to take the time and get like 3 more of these, I highly recommend it. Now with the new update, you can get a newer version of this, but if you're just going to be a casual player, then don't even worry about this one, because that you can only get from very high level, you know, content that you're just not, if you're just a casual player, you're not going to be able to do easily. But those are the 2 accessories I would mainly say get. And then for your other one, if you do need accuracy, like I said, you can go for a good Spirit Artisan. You can even use Cerulean Necklace. There's just a bunch of like options. If you have anything with just Dex, pretty much just throw that on. Now, best gear for people who are going to go to end game, but not all the way. Pretty much you're going to take that route of being a casual player. So you're going to, you know, start off with Skyrim. You're going to work your way up. So the next thing you would go to after Skyrim is pretty much a Blade of Lightwolf. Now, this can be harder to get because you mainly want to go for a 4-stat version. And the stat rolls on it can be bad. But the reason why it's harder to get is because with Extreme Rage, they throw in each weapon type into one chest plus a accessory. So it can be harder for you to get like that, and then you have to get that roll of it being a 4-stat, because it can come with a 4-stat, or it can be one of the 2 stats. It can be a 2-stat Dex, 2-stat Vitality, or 2-stat Agility. But you don't need God roll stats in this game. That's one thing I see people always talking about is, oh, you need God roll for this, that. No, you don't. You just need a decently good roll, something good enough to just pass through. Because for any extreme raid now, anything can pretty much pass through. So that's not a problem anymore. But definitely try to get a 4-stat Light Wolf. Pretty much anyone you get, I would say go with it, because it'll just last you to go through all the other extreme raids. Now, as for Rapier, the best thing you'll be able to get is Graceful Needle. You can either go with the 2-stat version, or you can go with the 4-stat version. 4-stat version has a Dex passive, but I would say either one of these are very good to go with. Pretty much most of these you want to go with either the 2-stat Dex or the 4-stat. As for Dagger, definitely White Spark being one of the best, and again, here you either want to go with 2-stat or you want to go with 4-stat, which I don't have 4-stat anymore, I believe. Actually, I do right here. This also does come with Dex passive. So go with one of the 2 for those. As for Mace, I just have this, the Demon Slayer. Again, go with 2-stat Dex or 4-stat. But Demon Slayer as well, if you're trying to build up a tank, which I highly recommend you at least have a tank built, I would say build Liz as a tank, since out of all the characters, she has the highest base max HP. And I don't know, I haven't seen Stray as high as what her max HP is base, but I'm pretty sure Liz still has the highest. But I build her as my tank. You can build whoever you want, but if you want to go with the highest, I would say go Liz. So you can get a 2-stat Vitality for her with that. As for Whip, you want the 2-stat Dex or the 4-stat. I would recommend the 4-stat a little bit more because the 2 passives on it, which is AoE and Rising Spirit. Rising Spirit being good because the 5% in all stats, and AoE because you can just hit multiple mobs usually with one skill. So, and it also helps against bosses that have multiple parts. As for Katana, Forbidden Twilight, 2-stat Dex or the 4-stat, I would recommend the 4-stat more as well here because it also comes with AoE and Rising Spirit. So that is very good on the Katana. As for the 2-hand, again, 2-stat Dex or the 4 stat. The 4 stats passives aren't great, it's just step dodging, perfect step dodges. So the 2 stat one, it just has the, I would mainly, out of both of these passives, I would mostly go with this because SP consumption minus 10%. So if you can get a good one like this, like even if it's not good, even just a decent one, like it doesn't even matter what the roll is at this point in the game. If you're just gonna do extreme raise, anything you get, you can just roll with it. As for spear, I would recommend you go with the 2 stat dex or the 4 stat. The 4 stat is mainly good because it can come with the crit rate passive, but also because it can come with killing blow, which is a very good skill on this. So if you're gonna be a spear main, definitely try to go for a 4 stat if you can with killing blow. You can also get this passive as well, the crit passive, just to have a little extra, but I would say mainly roll for it for killing blow. As for bow with Star Shatter, it really depends what you want to do, because bow doesn't have too many good damaging skills. It's literally only 2, which is Hail of Bullets and Fixed Pier. Fixed Pier is pure agility, so if you want to do better damage while also having accuracy, you want to go with 4 stat. But if you're just going to go purely mainly, if you're going to go mainly Hail of Bullets for pure damage, then you would want to use the 2 stat version, which I don't have right there, but here's the 2 stat version. You'd mainly want to get this if you're going to go pure Hail of Bullets damage. But if you want to have a mix of, you know, doing Hail of Bullets damage and also doing some Fixed Pier damage, then definitely go 4 stat. So I would say go 4 stat for this mainly. Hail of Bullets can hit hard, but to try to balance it out and where Fixed Pier can do damage as well, I would say go 4 stat. So that's it for pretty much all the weapons that you would use if you're going to be an in-game player but not go all the way. The accessories would still stay the same. It's just once you get to the south extreme and you can farm that, I would say get a Stone Lotus necklace, and that's pretty much it for that. It's like I said, it's going to be the same thing typically for, you know, going from casual to slightly in-game, but yeah, it's generally going to be the same. So now if you're going to go full in-game to pretty much everything, the same thing applies. You're going to be using the stuff from whenever you were doing in-game in the beginning, and you're just going to end up getting better stuff. So first off, if you end up getting the Blooming of Forget-Me-Not DLC, you will get this sword. Forget-Me-Not comes with strength and dex, has attack built in, special accuracy, crit, and accuracy built in. This is very good if you're just like, say you just play the game and then you beat the Blooming of Forget-Me-Not, and you get this will by far be one of your best swords to use. So like until you get another new sword like this, like XT Alloy, then this will be your best thing to use with something else. So like if you have a Light Wolf already, you would want to use this with one of your Light Wolves. You know, if you just have a Skyrend, like if you're casual and you just beat the DLC, this will be, you know, you'll be using this with one of your Skyrends. But if you're going all the way, I recommend for the new gear that you use you can use two Almighty Steel Edges, or you can use, you know, 1 alloy and 1 steel edge, or you can use 2 alloys. So either one is pretty much fine. It's just what you want to really use. Either one is fine though. As for Rapier, Mistblade is very good because it's pretty much pure dex, so that's accuracy, comes with accuracy built in as well, but it also comes with an accuracy passive. The other version of it has higher stats, but it loses that dex passive, but it comes with sword dance. So that'll pretty much be your best thing to use for Rapier. As for Dagger, best thing you'll be using is the 1000-fold knife. This thing is pretty crazy with what it comes with strength, dex, and high crit built in. Attack and accuracy is there, but it comes with Hawkeye, which is pretty much the best accuracy passive, and it can also come with Reaper's Wrath Plus. So this is highly good for, like, say if you want to use your I guess if you kind of want to change your dagger buffer to be, you know, a little bit of a damage dealer and a buffer in a way. But this is definitely going to be very good on your main character. If you're using dagger, this is what you want to use. As for mace, I'm not really too sure about this one, honestly. Like, this one is probably the best one, I'd say. It's only dex, but it comes with Killing Blow, which is good. And if you want to really stay safe, it comes with Liberation, which HP recovery plus 100%, and it boosts your max HP by 50%. So that's a thing, but I mean, I'd say it's possibly one of the better ones on here. Besides, of course, being like, if you can kill the level 400 Divine Beast, this would by far be the best mace you can get, as it can come with Burning Blade, which is pretty nice, but it can also come with a dex passive. But if you can kill a level 400 Divine Beast, which you can, but you have to just like kind of cheese it a little bit, but it would just take you a little while still. As for whip, I would say probably not really any of these are the best one, because this one would be pretty decent if the strength was higher, plus it comes with the skill speed passive, but I don't think any of these right here are any of the best ones. That strength is just too low on it. This is pretty much the best thing you'll get though, is the Divine Beast Whip, as it has strength, vitality, dex. The accuracy can literally go up to 98 on this thing, just base, so that's extremely good. It also comes with Firebolt Plus, which is very nice, and then it can also have a crit passive. So that, I would say definitely this would by far be the best whip. The other ones are just not good in my opinion, so the Extreme Raid Whip would still be better. As for the katana, Ancient Azure Wave isn't too bad. It comes with Hawkeye, it can come with Firebolt Plus. That would mainly be good if you're just starting out a little bit. Mist of the Morning Star, nah, I wouldn't say it's good. White Crash, wouldn't say it's good. Holy Crest Katana, this would be the best one because strength and dex, has accuracy built in as well. This version of it can come with Mental Focus, but this version is by far the better version because it can have the Hawkeye passive and Tiger's Resolve. It has high accuracy on it, and it has very high crit on it, 30 crit just at base. So that by far would be your best katana. As for two-hand, pretty much the best one here would be the Almighty Steel Claymore. Has strength, vitality, and dex, comes with accuracy built in, very high attack built in on it. Can come with damage absorption passive, which I've never really used, and it can also come with Sword of the Goddess, which is nice. The other version of it comes with vitality 10% and then counter proc rate. The vitality being really good on it if you want to have more HP to try to last longer. But this is by far the best two-hand sword you can pretty much have. As for spear, Crystal Spear isn't too bad starting off. Clear Flash passive. Can also be different with, you know, Rising Spirit. Golden Wood, and also can have a normal attack passive, which is good if you're going for just like a normal attack build in the beginning. Abyssal Spear, this can come with Agile 3, which is very good if you're just, you know, trying to mop through some I guess lower content stuff without wanting to use your skills or anything. Now this right here I would say is the best spear, Assassin Spear. Doesn't come with strength, but it does have dex. It has high accuracy built in. This version comes with crit rate and Hawkeye, which is very good. but the other version of it can come with skill connect's opening time, which just makes it to where you can skill connect a little easier. But it comes with bulwark, so this is very good. If you're not using a ring of tranquility, this can be very good. But this is the pretty much the, I'd say almost the best spear you could use, besides the extreme raid spear. But this is probably one of the, at least the second best. But if you can do the level 400 Divine Beast, then this one would be by far the best you can get, as it comes with strength, vitality, dex, can have accuracy, and it has attack built in. Can have sword dance on it, but it can also have clear flash, which is very nice. I would say try to get a really good one with clear flash if you can, kill the guy easily, or at least, if you can't kill him easily with a multiplayer team or just solo, then I would say you could take the long way of killing him, which will be very long, but at the same time, you're still at the mercy of RNG, which is very bad with these level 400 Divine Beasts, because as you can see right here, this one has 9 strength. So these can roll in single digits. So I would say if you choose to try to farm this, good luck. But if you don't, Extreme Raid will be your best thing. So as for bow, many of these are not good. Bow really got shafted with these new gears. Like, this is just strength. The passives aren't good. This one is just strength. The special accuracy is okay. It's just mainly if you want to use like proc rule by strong, but this thing has no accuracy built in, no dex, so unless you just have accuracy, you can't really use this effectively. This one again, it's just not good. The best thing for this is literally just a Divine Beast bow, which is vitality and dex, which I don't understand why they put vitality on a bow when it doesn't have any parameters for vitality for its skills. But this is mainly good. It's mainly going to be doing a lot of damage with fixed peer. I mean, not fixed peer, hail of bullets because of dex. But this thing can come with Billion Blossom, which is nice, and it can come with Unfreezing Spirit, which is very nice. So if you at least try to farm this, I would say try to roll a good one with Unfreezing Spirit. But like I said, it'll mostly be your hail of bullets damaging the mobs. But that's it for the weapons for like people who are gonna go all the way in endgame. As for the armor, Black Light Clothes is really nice. I have one version for my default armor, and then one for hazard, one for down damage. The other is being the Steel Riding armor, which now has accuracy built in and dex. And it has a skill speed passive, which is very nice. So this is extremely good. I would say definitely get one, but if you get one with just the single passive, I would say not to upgrade it. But if you do upgrade it, you can just transfer the upgrade level to your new one once you get it by using your memory coins. So I'd say definitely go for those two armors. Guardian Dragon armor, this is really good to put on your combat skills for the cooldown time passive. It's very good to put on your tank. Forgotten Outfit, this is very good mostly for the dex and having the special accuracy on it. Same thing with Abyssal Clothes, so you can either get one of the two for these. Clothes of Inquisition, it's decent. It's probably good for something because of vitality and agility and the blade dance, but for me, I just don't see myself using it. Same thing with Steel Chestplate, I don't see myself using it. Other than that, really, just I would say really mostly go for the Steel Riding, the Black Light, the Guardian Dragon, and then go for like either Abyssal or Forgotten. As for accessories, Stone Lotus is very good. Some of these up here with special accuracy would be very good for your debuffer. I don't know, I still haven't set up my debuffer with the new gear, so I don't know what all is the best to throw on, so I really can't say anything about that. But pretty much most of the XT accessories are very good. I would say mostly try to go for Stone Lotus, Calamity Warding Cloak can be very good because Rising Spirit, and it also has the Skill Connect EX count +1. So that is very good as well. Pretty much majority of these are just very good. There's the XT Spirit Artisan Collar, which is very nice for high dex, high crit. Full Moon, if you didn't get a Full Moon from the Reaper before, you can get one right here. This comes with Rising Spirit and then attack and HP slip. But this is, if you didn't get one from Reaper already, you can get it now with this. Cerulean Necklace being good because the dex, and it has the max HP passive if you just want a little more HP, and it can come with Killing Blow, which is very nice. Black Ice Collar is very good because Billion Blossom and Rising Spirit. Stone Lotus, already mentioned that. Pretty much for the belts, Jade Adorn belt could be pretty good because the strength passive on it and even the SP consumption. This can have its use with something. For everything else, really, it mostly just depends what you're trying to use, or if you just want to use some of these for fun, like Gloves of Inquisition. This would be good for just pure strength and vitality, which this would mostly probably just be good on a mace, and also because it has Blade Dance. The new Void Gauntlets, which even still I would say is just, there's no point in them really. Other than that, the charms, this one also has Rising Spirit as well, can be pretty decent for you to just throw on if you got something new. Talisman of Tranquility, just strength, and has Rising Spirit as well. And that's pretty much about it. Also, I forgot to mention for like the casuals as well, and even just everybody in general, definitely get the Forgotten Talisman with the cooldown time on it. This will be very good for your cooldown time for your combat skills. And another thing I need to show is the Traveler's Cloak. You can craft this from a vendor in Centauria. He's over by the girl where you can dye your clothes. So definitely craft this with the cooldown time as well. But that's pretty much it for all the best items for every type of player in the game. Don't think I left anything out, but if you have any questions or anything, let me know. Like I said, I'll pin the Extreme Raid, the Normal Raid, spreadsheets in the description below so you can look at what the weapon stats are for those and everything, what they come with. I'll also link my beginner's guide playlist if you do need that to help you go through some of the stuff you want to go through. But if I did forget anything, I'll probably put it in the pinned comment below. That's where I'm going to link everything. But yeah, that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.